This video will go over some of the common registration error messages you may encounter when registering for class. One common message is prerequisite and test score error. This message appears when you try to register for a class without first completing the required prerequisite course. For instance, if you try to register for Computer Science 2 before completing Computer Science 1, you will receive a prerequisite and test score error. In other words, you must successfully pass the lower level course before moving on to the next one. Closed section. When you try to register for a course that has already met maximum capacity, you will receive an error that says closed section. For instance, when you try to register for Psychology 1030 BO2 and the section is full, you will receive the error closed section. Linked section. This is an error you will often receive for sciences or other courses that have a lab and lecture section. This means you are trying to register for one part of the course, the lab or the lecture, but you are not registering for the other. Lab and lecture courses must be registered for in the same transaction. For instance, if I try to register for Biology 2010 B01 without registering for the lab section, I will receive linked course required. You are able to click View Linked and see the linked section of the course. From here, you can select which section of the lab or lecture you want to add and select Add All. This will put both the lecture and lab in your registration summary. From here, you can click Submit and successfully register for both courses. For a time conflict, you will be notified of a time conflict before you try to register for the class. As you can see, there will be a red time conflict notification under the capacity. However, if you try to register for the class that you have a time conflict with, you will receive an error that specifically tells you the time conflict and which CRN there is a time conflict with. Learning support classes are linked together as co-requisite courses, meaning you have to take the college level course and the learning support class simultaneously. The error you will receive if you try to register for one course without the other, for instance, the learning support course without the college level course or vice versa, is co-requisite required. If you try to register for the math college level course without registering for the required learning support course, you will receive the error of Math 1530 co-requisite required. You will receive the exact CRN that you must register for. To know which CRN you need to register for, you can also click the title of the course and co-requisites to receive the CRN and the section information of the co-requisite course. Please feel free to view our additional registration help videos, including an overview of how to register for classes and how to view your class schedule. For additional assistance and information on registering for classes, please contact the Office of Admissions and Records or the Advising Resource Center.